The latest Australian Bureau of Statistics data has recorded a decline in the number of dwelling approvals across the country. Total dwelling approvals saw a drop of 6.1% in the month of August, at a time when Australia needs to be building a lot more homes. Now, according to the ABS Head of Construction Statistics, Daniel Rossi, private dwellings, excluding houses, were the main contributor to the decline. In other words, there's been a big decrease in approvals for attached dwellings like units and townhouses. And that's resulted in a 16.5% fall in approvals for those types of attached dwellings. Furthermore, the value of total residential building fell 6.7% to about $8 billion, while the value of non-residential building has risen 11.5% in the same time period. The numbers suggest that there's a lot of construction projects happening in Australia, but not enough of them are new dwellings in a nation that has a severe shortage. A lot of government resources are being directed into big infrastructure projects, and a lot of tradespeople are working on those projects, and the nation really needs these resources to be going into building new homes. One of the measures of construction activity in Australia is the number of cranes on the skyline. The infrastructure boom has pushed the total of non-residential cranes across the nation to a record 370, while slumping investment in new housing has reduced the number of residential cranes to a 2-year low in the latest report on the country's construction sector. The infrastructure boom is keeping construction costs high and making it harder for private projects to stack up, according to Dominic Schiaffoni, who's the head of research for the quantity surveying firm RLB, which produced this report. Now, other data shows that in the 2024 financial year, the number of new homes built in Australia fell 9% to the lowest level since 2011. If the current rate of building continues, Australia will build around 800,000 homes over 5 years, when the federal government's target is 1.2 million new homes, a figure that was never realistic and looks now increasingly fanciful. Now, the HIA's chief economist Terry Ryder agrees that there are many challenges making dwelling development difficult at the moment. And according to Ryder, rising taxes for foreign investors and rising regulatory costs generally are negatively impacting building approval figures. Ryder notes that house approvals in Perth and Brisbane are faring much better than Sydney and Melbourne. He says confidence in the Melbourne new home market has been adversely impacted by 2 new state taxes, while policy debates generated by recent federal government actions are making it harder for the industry to achieve the national target of 1.2 million new homes. Ryder says recent discussions on negative gearing and capital gains tax arrangements for residential property are undermining confidence in new home building. The government's focus, he says, should be on lowering the taxes, the regulatory costs and excessive charges that mean that up to 50% of the final cost of a house and land package in Australia is taxes, fees and charges. Now, that's worth repeating, that in some parts of Australia up to half the cost of a house and land package comprises the taxes, fees and charges imposed by government. The official figures show that total housing starts for the year to June totaled about 159,000. That's 81,000 homes short of the 240,000 homes the country needs to be building each year to meet the government's increasingly aspirational target of 1.2 million homes over the 5 years to 2029. If building continues at this pace, Australia will build less than 800,000 new homes over the next 5 years, and that's 400,000 homes short of the government's target.